Please take your seats. The ceremony will begin momentarily in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am David Boyd, Assistant Dean of the Honors College. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the University of Illinois, Chicago Honors College Convocation. Today's music is provided by the UIC Brass Ensemble under the direction of Serena Warren and Nicholas Carlson. This ceremony brings together members of the University of Illinois Chicago family, students, college administration, faculty and staff, relatives, alumni, and friends. Before we begin today's ceremony, to assure that everyone enjoys this meaningful event, would you please take a moment now to turn off or mute any electronic devices that may detract from the ceremony. Thank you. At this time, I present to you the administration of the University of Illinois Chicago and of the Honors College, followed by our distinguished faculty. I now present to you the Honors College Class of 2025, led by Sanjay Ganesh, co-president of the 2024-2025 Honors College Advisory Board. Everyone, please rise as you are able and join us in singing the national anthem led by Frida Rivera. Gentlemen, remove your caps. The words are provided in the digital program.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the
Welcome soon-to-be graduates. I am so glad to see you here at this Honors College Convocation, which is a formal celebration of your academic excellence and achievement and of your graduation. You are the 42nd graduating class of the UIC Honors College. You join over 10,000 Honors College alumni who precede you and more than 1,500 James Scholars who preceded them. Welcome also to everyone who has supported you, your family, friends, faculty, staff, and administrators, and to all alumni who are here with us tonight. Welcome home. I would like to introduce the distinguished members of our platform party, President Timothy Killeen, Chancellor Mary-Lynn Miranda, Provost Karen Colley, and officers of the trustees, UIC's central administration, and deans of UIC's colleges. I would also like to extend to each of you a special welcome and a thank you. We greatly appreciate your support of the Honors College, its students, and of all that they achieve at UIC. Would all the faculty of the Honors College please rise as you are able? 750 UIC professors serve as Honors College faculty fellows more than ever before. They execute the college's mission by setting rigorous academic standards, creating and teaching honors courses, and mentoring students. The banners that you see behind me represent all of UIC's colleges because UIC Honors College students and faculty fellows have academic homes in all of those colleges across all disciplines found on our campus. Thank you for everything that you have done for to guide these students. You may be seated. Now, would all the faculty members, administrators, advisors, and other members of the UIC community please rise? Thank you for supporting the Honors College and its students. Now I'd like to ask all of the families and guests of the graduates to please rise as you are able to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you for trusting us with your students. You should be very proud. Please be seated. And last but not least, graduates, please stand as you are able and remain standing. I am very proud to present the graduates of the UIC Honors College Class of 2025. Each of you has successfully completed the requirements of the UIC Honors College. The gold stoles that you will receive today signify your commitment to academic excellence, service, and leadership. You are true scholars and true leaders. Please join me in a round of applause for these graduates. You may be seated. These are among the most impressive scholars ever to graduate from the University of Illinois, Chicago, or of any university for that matter. They have high GPAs reflecting years of hard work in their classes. They're also accomplished researchers, having completed senior capstone projects and theses that they have presented publicly. They engage in meaningful service activities, and they excel in the fine arts. They are also leaders on campus and in the Honors College in student organizations such as the Society for Future Physicians, the UIC Forensics Team, and the Honors College Advisory Board known as HCAB. In recognition of this partnership, Sanjay Ganesh, the graduating co-president of HCAB, presented the Honors College banner a few moments ago. We are so proud of their achievements thus far and look forward to hearing of their continued success in the future. At this time, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Timothy Killeen, President of the University of Illinois System. When he took office in 2015, Dr. Killeen brought more than 3 decades of experience as a teacher, researcher, and administrator in public higher education and in top leadership positions with national scientific research agencies. Dr. Killeen is committed to continuing the University of Illinois system's rise as a global leader through academic programs that transform students' lives and pioneering innovation that drives progress and economic growth. Please join me in welcoming the President of the University of Illinois, Dr. Tim Killeen.
Good evening, everybody, and congratulations to the class of 2025, the honors class of 2025. Let's hear it. Congratulations. Okay. Look, if you look up, you can see there's some rafters there. They need to at least shake, if not be blown off, with all of the hard work that we've done. So let's try it one other time. Congratulations, class of 2025. Yes. This is your day. It's an incredible honor to be here with you and to celebrate commencement with the Honors College. Just an unbelievable joy for me, and I'm sure for all of you too. If you do nothing else this evening, I want you to look around and take all of this in. The pageantry, yeah, the smiles, yes, the nerves and the relief from the nerves. Absorb, if you can, every ounce of the real joy in this room. It doesn't come that often. Can you feel it? This is going to be a monumental day in your lives like no other. You probably don't fully appreciate that, but your travels through the last few years have provided lots of challenges. I'm sure late nights, early wake-up alarms, just for starters. Many of you, I know, juggled school, family responsibilities, and jobs, all to get here this evening. And I hope you made many, many lifelong friends along the way and created also an abundance of happy memories that will link you for life, and that you've enjoyed a journey punctuated by laughter and triumph. So, and I say this with some experience, ancient experience, make the most of this moment. Take your phone and fill it up with selfies, if that's possible. Record videos of your families. Years from now, you're going to be amazed by the magic of how you look and who you are just today. Thank everybody, sincerely, family, friends, faculty, and staff who have had your back along the way. And when the time comes, cheer like you've never cheered before. Playing a small part in these ceremonies and experiencing all of this is a genuine privilege, one of the real perks of my job, and sharing all of this is an annual reminder of the power of higher education to fuel dreams, literally, and to turn potential and perseverance into the tools for a good and contributing life. And the Honors College at UIC is all of that and more. This incredible and inclusive community of scholars provides a beautiful cross-section of the students enrolled at one of the world's greatest universities. And as I stand in front of you, soon-to-be new graduates of the Honors College, I also see a window into our future, a better future for us all. Seated before me now is the next generation of citizens ready to lead our society, to build productive lives for themselves and their families and communities. I see future doctors and nurses, lawyers, teachers, professors, executives, leaders, innovators, and pillars of the community. In a time of questions and uncertainty, and certainly anxieties, we need you now more than ever. The world will benefit from the sense of purpose, the inner compass, and the drive that you nurtured right here at UIC, that flame, and you all know what I mean. So I encourage you to take the spirit of UIC with you into the world and continue to wrestle with the difficult ideas and challenges. Continue engaging with those around you, including people you may not always agree with. And don't forget to vote. Your choices carry real power. And maybe one day you'll even enter the political arena yourself. We're truly fortunate to live in a democracy, but it is up to all of us to nurture and maintain it. The career that your degree will help you launch matters a great deal, of course, and the stability and rewards are the foundation of a prosperous life. But if we've done our jobs, your degree is much more than a passport to economic opportunity. The commitment and the sacrifices you have already made to arrive at this day are a pretty good indicator that a strong sense of purpose is at work in your lives. And just to say, the world needs you, but across the University of Illinois system, we also need you too. Today, you join a family of more than 875,000 University of Illinois system alumni. In Chicago, to be sure, all over Illinois and the United States and around the world. And all of them share the pride that you have in your hearts today. And we want to hear from you what happens next, all that you will see and achieve. So please come back anytime you can and tell us your stories. Until then, we wish you adventure and success. Look at those rafters, I'm watching. Congratulations again, class of 2025.
Thank you, President Killeen. It is now my pleasure to introduce UIC's Chancellor, Dr. Mary-Lynn Miranda. A nationally renowned leader in higher education and an expert in geospatial informatics, health informatics, Dr. Miranda leads Chicago's largest and only public research university. She champions a vision that prioritizes the success of students, and she is deeply committed to faculty excellence, transformative research, and innovation. Her leadership broadens UIC's impact and deepens its engagement with the many communities it proudly serves. Dr. Miranda is committed to accelerating the social mobility of UIC's students and advancing the university's equity-focused mission to provide the broadest access to the highest levels of educational, research, and clinical excellence. Dr. Miranda received her bachelor's degree in mathematics and economics from Duke University and earned her master's degree and PhD from Harvard University. Please welcome Dr. Mary-Lynn Miranda.
Thank you, Dean Keene. Thank you, Dean Keene, for that very kind introduction. It was a little long. I prefer just Chancellor. That seems like enough because it's such a privilege to be your Chancellor. It's truly an honor to welcome all of you, families, friends, honored guests, faculty and staff, and especially our graduates, to the 2025 Honors College Commencement Ceremony. Welcome to all of you. UIC's mission is to provide the broadest access to the highest levels of educational, research, and clinical excellence. All of you graduating today, excuse me, offer the clearest proof that access and excellence belong in the same place, can be found in the same place, and we have shown that that is possible. So don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't achieve access and excellence in the same place. As Honors College graduates, you have accomplished something extraordinary. Your presence here is a marker of success, and it is the result of hard work, perseverance, and resilience. I hope you feel proud of yourselves. I feel proud of you. I certainly don't need to tell all of you that the Honors College is a place where students go to be challenged. It's a program designed for rigor, with an emphasis on scholarship and critical thinking. You have undoubtedly benefited from the rich educational opportunities we offer, and UIC's environment has surely deepened your cultural competencies and broadened your worldview. As a result, you can process information with a far greater appreciation for nuance, and you are prepared to challenge conventional thinking with critical insight and discernment. You have become experts. Just like you, I've been paying close attention to the world around us. The daily headlines make it clear that we are living through a period of profound and rapid change. These shifts are reshaping our society, transforming our economy, and redefining America's role in an increasingly interconnected, technology-driven, and complex global landscape. There are many words we might use to describe what's unfolding around us. Whatever terms we choose, one thing is clear. we are in the midst of sweeping change. And that change is likely to accelerate and take shape in ways that we can't fully anticipate or imagine. Let me give you a non-political example of what I'm talking about. In high school, I used a typewriter to produce my papers and IBM punch cards for the first computer programs that I ever wrote. I first learned how to program in BASIC, then had to learn Fortran, then Pascal, then C, C++, Stata, SAS, and finally R. I managed to escape COBOL, which is a minor miracle. Those of you who are too young, you don't have any idea how hysterical what I just said was. It is like COBOL was awful. My dissertation data were stored on these giant magnetic tape rolls that had to be physically mounted on a tape drive, and the hard drive on my first personal computer, wait for it, it was 20 megabytes, okay? And with that hard drive, I was flexing on everybody around me. Our family's first television had rabbit ear antenna and a hand dial for turning it on and off. I now have a smart TV that can do about a cajillion things. I've had it for about 2 years, and I can confidently say on most days I know how to turn it on. The world will keep changing, I promise you that. But you will change too. You have already changed since you first stepped onto our campus. You've seen personal growth and gained critical skills. You're ready not just for your first or second jobs, but for multiple jobs and career changes down the road. I find your choice to become Honors College students both interesting and important. In today's society, there's constant pressure to chase quick rewards or settle for conventional responses to deeply rooted problems. In a world shaped by complexity, we're too often encouraged to take the easier path, embracing oversimplified answers instead of engaging with the deeper, more complicated realities that require our attention. And yet, while it's tempting to follow the easy path, each of you has chosen to take on something difficult, meaningful, and consequential. You have developed a level of expertise and analytical sophistication that allows you to tackle the most challenging questions. As I said, you have become experts. But even with all your hard work, you will face situations in the years ahead where you do not have the relevant expertise. You will have no evidence base to rely upon. Your intellect will not be able to supply the needed answer. In those situations, I would like to suggest that you choose to respond with love. Expertise is really good. Expertise is really important. Expertise can help you see the world differently. Expertise can help you change the world. Expertise is powerful. But love always wins. We are proud of every one of the 312 Honors College students being acknowledged, being celebrated today. You don't get to graduate until your college ceremonies. You represent 312 reasons for all of us to be optimistic about the future. We are proud of you. Okay, good. Lots of clapping. Lots of clapping. And by the way, one of the unique quirks or perks, whichever you prefer, of being an Honors College graduate is that you get to hear from me twice during commencement. Well, that's exciting for you. We'll continue this conversation at your college ceremonies, but for now, my warmest congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Chancellor Miranda. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you tonight's keynote speaker, Professor Dick Simpson. Dick Simpson has uniquely combined a distinguished academic career with public service in government. He has published widely, been an outstanding teacher, and affected public policy. He began his academic career at the University of Illinois Chicago in 1967, where he taught for 55 years. He retired and became Professor Emeritus in 2022. At UIC, he received all of the university's highest teaching awards, along with the American Political Science Award for Outstanding Teaching and a Lifetime Achievement Award. He has published more than 25 books, including 21st Century Chicago, Corrupt Illinois, Teaching Civic Engagement, Democracy's Rebirth, and Chicago's Modern Mayors. As a Chicago alderman from 1971 to 79, Professor Simpson consistently voted for and introduced reform legislation and led the opposition bloc in the City Council to Mayors Richard J. Daley and Michael Blandick. He has had a leadership role in several dozen political campaigns and transition teams. Please help me welcome Professor Dick Simpson.
The title of my talk, which will be brief, I warn you, you can get out in time, is Democracy's Crisis and Rebirth. First of all, congratulations, as others have already said, on your graduation from UIC's prestigious Honors College. It is indeed a new beginning in your life's journey. As a graduate, you will have a unique potential to contribute to your chosen profession and the world. However, your first duty is, as Americans and as citizens of other nations, is to give a rebirth to democracy. 2026 is the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. This, and you'll have a hard time saying it, semi-quincentennial commemoration challenges us to complete the unfinished revolution, to fulfill the promises that were made 250 years ago, and to make a new history. During the 1990s, democracy was on the ascendant. With the downfall of the Iron Curtain, and many countries were moving towards democracy. The Velvet Revolution of the former Soviet Union was followed by the Arab Spring, and by democracy uprisings around the globe that continued into the 21st century. However, for the last 20 years, democracy has been on the decline, each year moving more to autocracy in all of the countries around the world. According to the study by Freedom House, twice as many countries saw their democracy decline last year in 2024 as experienced democratic improvements. And in the United States, we face a unique challenge of trying to create a multiracial, multicultural democracy, something that has never been successfully done in the history of the world. And it's made more difficult because we're attempting to rebuild our democracy after a pandemic, after economic inflation, and in the midst of economic uncertainty today. There is as well an increase, as you know, in artificial intelligence trying to replace middle class and professional employees. There's a large increase in immigration until this year. And there is a rise in crime, and that's only to mention a few of the challenges we face. However, scholars have analyzed our democratic challenges and developed solutions. It's not that we don't know what to do, it's that we don't have a political will to solve them. Now, some of you supported the election of Donald Trump and the policies his administration is implementing. More of you oppose the Trump administration. But either way, you must decide where you stand and become civically engaged. because a democracy, literally the rule of, by, and for the people, depends on us as citizens to sustain it, to reform it, and to perfect it. Now, beyond the individual issues in the headlines and in your social media feeds, there are broader challenges which your generation must solve. Among them are racial and income inequality, systemic racism, too much money in politics through campaign contributions and lobbying, polarization in the politics of resentment that we now experience, and political corruption. Tonight I'm only going to focus on 3 of these. I'll begin with income inequality, which has reached the highest levels not seen since the Gilded Age and the Great Depression. And the solution is surprisingly simple. We need to create a fairer tax system so that the wealthy and corporations pay significantly higher taxes. Today's highest tax income bracket is officially only 37%. Many, of course, don't pay that late. As opposed to the Eisenhower administration during the 1950s, when it was 66%. Many Fortune 500 companies don't even pay any tax at all. Corporate CEOs pay at a lower rate than their secretaries. It is obvious this is neither fair nor just. And because of this income inequality, we have many other problems. For instance, our political campaigns are currently marred by big money and dark money. Each election is more expensive than the last. For instance, the presidential and congressional elections in 2024 cost $20 billion. Even worse, the money that came from dark money, from super PACs, whose donors are secret, fund negative and ads which cause many voters to conclude that all politicians are liars and crooks. And it lowers, therefore, it undermines our faith in government, and it lowers our participation in elections. These are among the reforms which need to be implemented. Publicly financing political campaigns and restricting large private campaign contributions. This is not novel. Public funding laws have already been adopted in states like Minnesota and Maine, and in cities like New York and Seattle, and in all those places they work. Equally important, we must adopt a constitutional amendment to repeal the Citizens United decision by the Supreme Court, which allows unlimited and unrestricted campaign contributions. Contrary to the court's opinion, corporations are not citizens, and campaign contributions can be regulated, and corruption can be curbed. And speaking of the political corruption that follows from all of this, worldwide cost of political corruption each year is more than $1 trillion. In Illinois, corruption costs us taxpayers more than $500 million a year. And this money is desperately needed to fund our governments. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, Chicago remains the most corrupt metropolitan region in the United States. And Illinois is not much better. It's the 3rd most corrupt state in the nation. Reforms need to help curb corruption. They're simple. Eliminate patronage, favoritism, and crooked contracts. Increase the power of inspector generals in all branches of government, and provide civic engagement education in our schools, including here at UIC. But beyond these individual political reforms, we most need to rebuild and reform our democracy. When Congress approval rating fluctuates between 13 and 29%, approval. We need to find a more deliberative democracy. You may not realize each member of Congress is currently charged with representing the needs, the interests, and the views of 750,000 constituents. In truth, it's nearly impossible for our Congresspeople to know our views and interests of such a large constituency of us. It is equally difficult for congressional representatives to talk to us to inform citizens about government issues. Political scientists have experimented successfully with deliberative town hall meetings over the internet with both Republican and Democratic members of the House of Representatives about controversial pending legislation like immigration proposals. For each meeting, they simply recruited a random sample of at least 100 constituents from the district to have a discussion with their congresspeople. Both representatives and participants found the discussions more satisfying than the usual in-person town hall meetings, certainly than the many emails and the social media feeds. And those town hall meetings often end only with partisanship and ending in shouting matches. Beyond creating a more deliberative process in Congress, we need to extend democracy at the local level. One example is the New England Town Meeting, but others are neighborhood governments, public hearings, government commissions, and the public participatory budgeting projects. All give citizens direct experience and practice in democracy and a better appreciation of what the government issues are and how tough decisions have to be made. So we need to advance our democracy in the 21st century by creating participatory neighborhood governments in all our cities and towns. Now, none of these reforms that I've mentioned are meant to be a final word, and many are controversial. What I hoped, though, was to spark your thinking about how our democracy might be reborn in the 21st century. Because a government of, by, and for the people can only continue if we each do our part. Hopefully, you will succeed in your private lives and professions, but it is equally important that you become participatory citizens, promoting, defending, and perfecting our democracy. Since 2026 is the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution, this is a particularly opportune time to rededicate ourselves to opposing tyranny and increasing thoughtful democracy. Our foreparents made important promises and declarations 250 years ago. They said that we are all created equal and should have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In over 2.5 centuries, fortunately, we have made progress in fulfilling these goals. But our work is far from done. Until we have a rebirth of democracy here and in nations around the world. As citizens, you have the right to vote. As citizens, you have the right to speak out. As citizens, you have the right to protest and petition the government. But most of all, as citizens, you have a duty to provide a rebirth of democracy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Simpson, for a wonderful message. We appreciate your time here tonight. Now I welcome to the podium Michelle McCrillis, Assistant Dean for Curriculum and Outreach Programs here in the Honors College. She's going to present this year's Faculty Awards.
Honors College Faculty Fellows are UIC faculty members who are individually assigned to provide personalized advising and mentoring to students from the sophomore year on. Each year, Honors College students nominate outstanding faculty fellows to be honored as the Honors College Fellow of the Year. This year's awardee is Dr. Alison Patsavas, Assistant Professor in the Department of Disability and Human Development in the College of Applied Health Sciences. Dr. Patsavas' scholarship focuses on cultural discourses of pain, chronic illness, trauma, and disability, and she has served as a fellow since 2019. Dr. Patsavas was nominated by Tia Khan, who writes, "My time with Dr. Patsavas made an ordinary college experience an extraordinary experience. My work with her has truly been invaluable to my personal, professional, and academic growth. Dr. Patsavas' encouragement, support, and guidance in allowing me to choose both capstone and independent study topics that were personally meaningful to me allowed me to thrive academically by allowing my passion to shine through my writing. While she is kind and supportive, the work and research I have done under Dr. Patsavas has also been academically challenging and rigorous, which has brought out my best academic work and ensured I reach my highest potential. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Dr. Patsavas for her dedication and the honor of being named the Fellow of the Year. Next, I am pleased to announce the Honors College Instructor of the Year Award. This recognition is given annually to a member of the faculty who teaches our first-year honors core courses, as well as our honors seminars for upper division students. This year, the recipient is Dr. Faith R. Karras, who has taught for the Honors College since 2020, when she was Associate Director of the Institute for Research on Race and Public Policy at UIC. Dr. Karras is now the Associate Director of Research and Evaluation at Loyola University's Institute for Racial Justice and serves on the board of the Encampment for Citizenship, a national nonprofit that develops youth leadership. As an educator, mentor, and researcher specializing in cultural anthropology, social movements, labor migration, humanitarianism, and racial and economic justice, she has developed 2 courses for the Honors College on these topics: Honors 122, Killing with Kindness, Humanitarianism and the Politics of Doing Good, and Honors 122, Deli Donuts and Justice, the Role of Food in Social Movements and Community Organizing. In their nomination, one of her students, Zarin Taiji, writes, "Professor Karras embodies what being a professor should mean. She challenges you, makes sure you are taking care of yourself. She is thorough, and most of all, she is so incredibly passionate about her class, the teaching and the topic." Zarin adds, "Throughout the semester, Professor Karras made sure they were not only being challenged, but heard as well. Even though this class was late in the evening, I found myself incredibly excited to see what we would be discussing. I hope to know Professor Karras for a long time, and I'll remember her forever." Please join me in congratulating Dr. Faith Karras for the honor of being named Honors College Instructor of the Year. Lastly, I am pleased to announce the winner of the Honors College Capstone Supervisor of the Year Award. This recognition is given annually to one of the many faculty members who guide our students' senior capstone projects. This year's Capstone Supervisor of the Year is Dr. Sang-Oh Yoon, Associate Professor in the Department of Physiology and Biophysics from the College of Medicine. Dr. Yoon's research focuses on cancer metabolism and resistance to anti-cancer drugs, and he has supervised undergraduate researchers and served as a faculty fellow of the Honors College since 2021. In nominating Dr. Yoon, Ishika Patel writes, "When I first joined Dr. Yoon's lab, I had little or no experience in research. However, under his guidance, I was able to quickly understand the fundamental concepts of scientific inquiry and laboratory work. One of Dr. Yoon's greatest strengths is his ability to provide constructive feedback. Whenever I made mistakes, which was often as I was still learning, he never expressed frustration or disappointment. Instead, he viewed each mistake as an opportunity for growth and encouraged me to learn from the experience. This approach not only alleviated any anxiety I had about making errors, but it also helped me to develop a growth mindset. I became more confident in my abilities and learned to approach problems from different perspectives, always focusing on how I could improve and apply the lessons learned." Unfortunately, Dr. Yoon is unable to join us this evening, but please join me in congratulating and thanking Dr. Yoon for his guidance and the honor of being named the Honors College Capstone Supervisor of the Year.
Thank you, Dean McCrillis, and congratulations, Dr. Patsavas, Dr. Cardes, and Dr. Yoon. Very well deserved. Next, we will recognize each and every member of this year's graduating class, one by one, presenting each with an Honors College certificate and gold stole. We ask that you approach the stage in alphabetical order, with the exception of a few students who we will recognize first. Your name recording will play as you cross the stage. In the event of technical difficulty, I will read your name. Please be patient to ensure that all graduates have the best experience possible. Dean Keene will present each graduate a certificate of achievement, and Assistant Dean Michelle McCrillis will present the Gold Honors Stole. Graduates, please refrain from placing your gold stole around your neck until you descend from the stage and are awaiting your photo opportunity along as well. Afterwards, please return to your seat and remain seated for the remainder of the ceremony. Please hold your applause until all the students have been named. Will the first row of the section directly in front of me, row 1R, please approach the platform.
Christiana Maria Khan. Genesis Luke Malong Abad. Abdullah Abdul Sami. Habiba Abdul Basir. Jobran Abo. Andrew Enrique Abraham. Ella N. Abu Shakra. Binita Adhikari. Keshav Rajul Gandhi. Jaina Janthapai Bunkajan. Sanjay Sridhar Ganesh. Tanitolua Agbula. Nube Aguilar. Serena Syed Ahmad. Amina Rafat Ahmed. Muntaha Zarif Ahmed. Natalie Ahon Sanchez. Arya Aitipamula. Ala Kasem Akhras. Teresa Oluwadamalola Alao. William Alcantar. Gabrielle Hope Alcantara. Anaya Y. Ali. Sunny U. Alieva. Django Francis Allegretti. Daniela Alonso. Ruqayya Hussein Alvi. Dua Ansari. Valeria I. Aregin. Heather Ali Assad. Madina Bonu Ashurova. Rafal Mark Balut. Rachel Jasmine Barron. Timothy Randolph Becker. Sophia Boyko. Karina Rose Bonilla. Thorita Borozdin. Nicole Botello. Pranav Botu. Natalie Rose Bransky. Samantha Bravo. Adrian Joy Bungubung. Maria Helena Camargo Pachon. Stefan LaShawn Carr. Anastasia Danielle Castillo. Brennan Lee Kavanaugh. Brittany Michelle Serpa. Gina Cervantes. Hazal Su Jaylan. Jonathan Natchakon Charenkul. Victoria Tianxin Chen. Morgan L. Chinsky. Gabriel Concepcion Cisneros. Riley Josephine Cordero Fernandez. Shania Corden. Maria Angeles Cortez Jaime. Ethan Anthony Cruz. Amna Rahama Dafallah. Akshay Amol Dalvi. Sakshi Dangi. John R. Del Rey. Fatu Demba Jum. Devin Doan. Himanshu Dongre. Merwin Rian D'Souza. Alize Batul Durrani. Jacob Ajith Epen. Nihal Ekan. Sandos Marzok Elethi. Yasmina Eshaq. Jimena Esparza. Valeria Esparza. Kira Elizabeth Espinelli. Katie Fang. Jenna R. Farkas. Edward D. Federmeyer. Geraldine Fonseca. Lola Frato. Steffi Gabriel. Barsha Gaire. Megan Gallardo. Sriya Romal Gandhi. Michael Cody Ganzerig. Rishita Rajendra Kumar Gelda. Elena C. Godinez. Diana Karen Gomez Garcia. Martin Gonzalez. Puranjay Gupta. Ananya Honda. Lawrence Jesse Haniszewski. Muniba Fatima Hassan. Kerrigan Elise Yulon Hoffman. Nicholas Sem Hawk. Maxine L. Honeywell. Nitya Y. Johnny. Fatima Jassim. Saya Hazel M. Javier. Vincent David Johnson. Jovan Jovanovic. Mohammed A. Juma. Soham Kaje. Sunia Kaltimi. Avdan Suren Kandikatu. Isabel M. Kapuska. Savneet Kaur, Farheen Zainab Khan, Christian Daehyun Kim, Alexis C. Kirkwood, David Dobria, Andrea Christine Nepper, Victoria Nikolaeva Koleva, Nivedha Gayatri Krishnan, Parneet Kular, Srinivas Kumar, Aranjit Kaur Lahan, Daniel Austin Lappin, Phuong Thule, Harsimran Kaur Lahal, Lara Mariana Emilia Lillig, Danielle Leo, Alejandra Lopez Nunez, Tao V. Lu, Kalen Soriano Lugo,
Ria Makim, Lana Mala, Zoe Renee McLean, Tamara Rosalie McDonald, Camilo Alberto Medina, Julia Dawn Miller, Abdel Rahman Mohammed Haitham, Mohammed Metwali, Ian Christian Gerard Moran, Giselle Mosquera, Somaya Motan, Zinat Mustafa Muhammad, Efratha Mulugeta, Tahniat Nadim, Pranav Arun Nair, Brianna Esther Negron, Lam Phuong Huyen Nguyen, Jia Han Nguyen, Julianne Nguyen, Anna Wing, Trami Nguyen, Isabella Nieves, Angelica Vajeha Omega, Osayemwe Omozosi, Jocelyn Clementina Ortiz, Carolina Ortiz, Monica Jocelyn Padilla,
Sal Padilla,
Srinithi Palamuthi, Niharika Panda, Emmanuel Pantoja Lara, Christopher Paul Parambi, Bhumi Patel, Saloni Nikul Patel, Priya Nimesh Patel, Hilary Vikram Patel. Ishika Patel. Disha Patel. Jia Manhar Patel. Rishi Patel. Rushi Shailesh Kumar Patel. Tosif Patel. Kushi K. Patel. Mary Antoinette Preza. Hanya Aisha Quadri. Arman Ragiam. Maham Rahman. Jinan Rahman. Marcos Ebenezer Ramirez. Mohammed Ramizuddin. Ella Autumn Rappel. Mahanur Imran Rashid. Sydney Nicole Reyes. Isabella Reyes. Melanie Roman. Haley Roman. Juan Jose Rosendo. Shreya Rayali. Lian K. Saad. Salma Sajad. Mukram Samara. Bianca Serafika. Abdul Hanan Shah. Devin Kayur Shah. Arnav Shandilia. Lakshay Sharma. Disha Sharma. Rafe Mohammed Siddiqui. Ashley Cherilyn Simon. Matthew David Smith. Liam John Smith. Christina Somik. Bianca Benedetta Speroni. Vidushi Riva Srivastava. Alexandria Joy Sterenberg. Tyler Edward Strack. Kira Mael Strong. Sabira A. Taiwo. Mehek Anurag Taneja. Allison Han Tang. Ajo Paulina Tetaje. Rose Hormis Tharakan. Ria Hormis Tharakan. Hanaya Jayla Thomas. Manas V. Thumu. Anali Chirado Zacharias. Daniel Ryan Tiu. Tram Bao Tran. Jaden Lee Turner. Christy Udo Tuck. Ian Graham Van Swearingen. Jacqueline Vargas. Nikhil Venkat. Tan Tan Vo. Harsh Vyas. Tabitha E. Wagner. Mangjie Wei. Jason James Whitehair. Angela Yeshu. Xinyoung Yu. Bream B. Zaloom. Sabrina Jang. Sharif Zubaidi.
Cynthia Selena Purificacion Genova. Joya A. Canning. Michael Kudus Bello. Kimberly Brigitte Aguirre. Caroline Cotto.
Give the students a round of applause on a job well done.
Class of 2025, you have been individually recognized and received your Honors College Certificate and your Honors Gold Stole. The Gold Stole is a visible symbol of all that you have accomplished while an UIC Honors College student. You are invited to wear this stole at your college commencement ceremonies. At this time, I invite you to turn to face your family, friends, loved ones, and other supporters. Everyone, please join me in recognizing all of these outstanding graduates. Great job, everyone. Congratulations to you all. I now invite to the podium, you may be seated. I now invite to the podium Assistant Dean Catherine Burns Howard, who will present the Donald and Leah Riddle Prize.
UIC's Donald and Leah Riddle Prize, endowed by the late former Chancellor Riddle and his wife, is the top honor campus-wide, given to a graduating student each year. It recognizes both academic achievement and leadership. This year's Riddle Prize winner is Keshav Gandhi, who will graduate summa cum laude from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences with Bachelor's of Science degrees in Biological Sciences and Statistics and a minor in Computer Science. A member of the Honors College and GPPA Medical Scholars Program, Keshav has been continuously involved in research and volunteer work on the UIC campus and in the local community. On the research side, Keshav works on computational biology and genomics projects related to cancer, with long-term interests in using computational methods to better understand how cancer evolves in the human body. He's worked for 4 years in the genomics group of the National Center for Supercomputing Applications on the development and maintenance team for an artificial DNA sequence simulator and has conducted research in Dr. Mohammed El-Kabir's lab at UIUC for 4 summers. Keshav completed an honors college capstone based on this work, which derives a statistical model to correct for errors caused by the DNA sequencing process of colorectal tumor samples. But not just at UIUC. At UIC, he has also led research projects being prepared for publication now, 2 of which are related to vaccine hesitancy work in Dr. Sasha Goodfriend's lab. From this, Keshav is also starting a computational immunology project about hepatitis C vaccine development, a vaccine that could prevent liver cancer, with scientists who led the most successful hepatitis C vaccine trial to date. Service is also a hallmark of Keshav's campus and community involvement. He's served as the founder and president of the student organization Autoimmune Action and Advocacy. He's the president of the American Cancer Society's Colleges Against Cancer and co-president of the Journal for Pre-Health Affiliated Students. He's volunteered at several hospitals and has an abundance of clinical experiences, particularly focusing on cancer medicine, volunteering in an inpatient oncology ward, and even serving as a jazz pianist for the Mills Cancer Center lobby. In the Honors College, with honors instructor Brandon Ishikata, he co-developed and TA'd an Honors 200 course on restorative yoga and meditation. Keshav's outstanding service at UIC has been recognized with induction into the Activities Honorary Society, Chancellor Student Service Award, President's Volunteer Service Award, Ujirtha Bates Memorial Award, and the Jane Addams Service Award. Keshav has repeatedly been recognized beyond UIC, paying for his undergraduate education through a combination of scholarships, large and small. He was selected for the 2-year Barry Goldwater Scholarship, the most prestigious award for undergraduate STEM researchers in the United States. In 2023, Keshav garnered the DAAD Rise Award for some research in Germany, and he plans to spend more time abroad conducting research after graduating. He's a Gates-Cambridge Scholarship finalist, and right now, a semifinalist for a Fulbright Research Fellowship in Germany. Keshav's ultimate goal is to build on all of these experiences to become a physician scientist who conducts computational cancer genomics research and cares for individual patients. Keshav represents what is the best in all of you. Please join me in applauding the accomplishments of our 2025 Riddle Prize winner, Keshav Gandhi. Each year, graduating seniors compete to give the senior address at tonight's event. We had an unprecedented number of submissions this year. Our selected speaker is Jana Janthapai-Bunkajan, who will graduate magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. She is president of the UIC Nursing Student Council, treasurer of Urban Health Program Student Association, recipient of a Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Scholarship, and a member of Sigma Theta Tau Nursing Honors Society. Jana has a passion for improving health equity and community-driven health, notably working with UIC Nursing's outbreak response team in collaboration with the Chicago Public Health Department to vaccinate and test high-need areas in Chicago, ranging from migrant shelters to nursing homes. Her research includes an investigation of the links between intimate partner violence and self-injury in minority populations. And Jana recently completed the Honors Capstone Project, Beyond the Binary, a scoping review of LGBTQ+ cancer screening accessibility, conducted under the direction of Dr. Ariel Smith in the UIC Nursing Department of Population Health Nursing Sciences. Already a nursing technician in UI Health's oncology unit, Jana will soon be joining the unit permanently as an RN. Please join me in welcoming our student speaker, Jana Janthapai-Bunkajan.
Good evening. It's an absolute pleasure to speak before all of you today. When I first came to UIC, I used to think that the value of the Honors College courses or solely in the unique seminars or the eclectic faculty. But sometimes, the impact of a class shows up more quietly in the more unexpected, intimate moments that you don't find in the syllabus. Allow me to explain. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I had a 7-inch tumor encasing my heart, and my first thought was, this would be a great comic strip. The main character would be a girl whose greatest downfall was just having a big heart. The title would be A 7-Inch Tumor, Pleural Effusion, and Other Minor Inconveniences. Because if you're going to have a tumor around your heart, it might as well be romantic. So I started drawing. Every week, I sent my friend treatment updates in the form of haphazard sketches. Whether the event was shaving my head or finding out that the cancer had spread, there was always a panel for it. There's something about this diagnosis, the sheer weight of it, the absurdity of it, that felt too big for a single canvas. There's something sacred about the way that comics tell stories, the way they hold contradictions like grief and humor, strength and softness. Comics gave my story rhythm, panels gave it shape. The first time I truly understood a comic was in Dr. Martell's Honors 201 course, Comics and Society. It was my first in-person class since the pandemic, and I was so anxious. I sat amongst 20 people who couldn't have been more different. There was someone in scrubs, someone with an entire circuit board sticking out of their backpack, and someone who looked like they just might have been in the wrong room. But soon together, in an hour, we were unpacking identity, resistance, and belonging through the lens of caped heroes and speech bubbles. We weren't just analyzing stories, but learning how to tell our own. That comic book class taught me how powerful other people's stories can be, but life taught me why they matter. There's a word that I want to leave you with, a concept I first heard in a cancer program for cancer survivors. It's called Sonder. And Sonder is the realization that every person you meet is living a life as layered, vivid, and complex as your own. When you're moving through grief, illness, uncertainty, your world starts to blur. Your vision starts to narrow to what's just right in front of you, just getting through the day. Everyone else seems miles ahead, composed, thriving, steady. Meanwhile, you're just trying to remember how to keep up, wondering how to start again when everything else feels like it's on pause. Sonder gently pulls that frame back. It reminds you that everyone else is moving through their own timelines of pain and progress. What looks like certainty might be fatigue. What looks like confidence might be held together by threads. The perspective of Sonder doesn't make your own struggle go away, but it reminds you that you're not the only person learning how to hold it together. Sonder teaches us that every person is a story, still unfolding, still adapting, still becoming, and that other stories, sometimes just pencil sketches, half erased, still being drawn. Sonder teaches us that connection is not accidental. It's a practice, a perspective, an ongoing decision to see beyond the surface, and when we choose to see each other this way, with empathy, not just admiration, we create space for real connection. As you graduate from UIC and move into new jobs, new cities, and new chapters of your life, think of that. Let it reignite the curiosity of the people around you. Let it guide you into crowded rooms where nobody knows your name yet. Let it unsettle you just enough, make you feel small, like a single panel of a much larger story. And let it remind you that every person in life, no matter how polished, confident, or composed, has questioned their path too. And when imposter syndrome whispers that you're behind, or that you're not enough, or that everyone else has it figured out, look around and choose to see people again. Really see them, not just for what they do or what they achieved, but for the stories that they're still writing. And offer them the same grace that you're learning to give yourself. Curiosity brought you here, let compassion take you forward. And above all, know this: the world is not waiting for your perfection. It's waiting for your presence. Congratulations, class of 2025. You were never just students. You were and are the witnesses to the extraordinary in each other. And now the world gets to turn the page and witness you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenna. It is now my privilege to introduce this year's alumni speaker who will welcome you to our community of over 10,000 Honors College graduates. Usama Ibrahim is currently a litigation associate at Kirkland & Ellis LLP and an adjunct faculty member at Northwestern University. He graduated magna cum laude from the Honors College in 2017 with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience. Since then, he earned a Juris Doctorate at Northwestern University Pritzker School of Law, where he was president of the Muslim Law Students Association, as well as the notes editor of the Law Review, a Coles Fellow at the State of Illinois Human Rights Commission, and a student attorney with the Supreme Court Clinic, where he drafted portions of legal briefs and prepared practitioners for advocacy before the United States Supreme Court. At Northwestern, he also received the Courage Award, the Teresa D. Cropper Diversity and Inclusion Award, and a Public Service Star. Prior to his current position, Usama was a litigation associate at McDermott, Will & Emery and a Public Interest Law Initiative Fellow at Legal Aid Chicago, and clerked on United States District Courts in New York and California. He continues to serve his community as a member of the Public Interest Law Initiative's Alumni Network Leadership Council and Legal Aid Chicago's Ambassador Board. He also maintains an active pro bono practice. Please join me in enthusiastically welcoming our alumni speaker, Usama Ibrahim.
Thank you so much for that incredibly kind introduction, Dean Keene. Thank you, President Killeen, Chancellor Miranda, Provost Colley, Dean Keene, the trusty captain of the ship, esteemed faculty, including the incomparable Dick Simpson, who is my own professor, Office Support Specialist Smith, who I am certain today would not have gone as smoothly as possible without her, family and friends of the class of 2025, and of course, the ladies and gentlemen of the hour, the class of 2025, it is an honor to be spending this evening celebrating your incredible achievements. Sure, yeah, it's your achievement. Now, I had hoped that one day I'd have the privilege of delivering an address not unlike this one, but I'd never guessed that I'd be doing it here with braces. Upon reflecting on the storied history of commencement addresses delivered at this esteemed institution, I can't help but think that this might be a first. So, I will revisit it, but in some way I just want to say this is the perfect metaphor for what I want to talk about today. But I want to begin by saying this. We are here to celebrate you. You and your incredible achievement. Of the almost 10,000 graduates from UIC this year, you are the Honors College. Like all you, oh yes, Honors College pride. Like all UIC students, you grabbed a boba from Joyi, you grabbed a butter chicken paratha from our dear friends Garib Nawaz, you waited for half an hour in line at Student Center East to grab Chick-fil-A. You got, sure, Chick-fil-A. You got lost in BSB, but you were always a little embarrassed to confess that. And you sweated your heart out trying to catch either the 8 bus, the 12 bus, the red line, or the blue line. Those are experiences that all of us share. But unlike our friends from other colleges, you were asked to commit so much more of yourself to this institution. To be here today, you needed to have been admitted to the Honors College, maintained a very high GPA, taken specialized Honors College coursework, completed the minimum number of Honors College activity units, and completed a capstone. You also played sports and instruments, participated in Greek life, taught health in Chicago public schools, volunteered at local hospitals, interned, externed, studied abroad, and took on some of the most challenging courses that this institution offers. But woven in the fabric of the Honors College are 3 principles that make this cohort the most incredible group of students that there was. And that is perseverance, community, and identity. As most of you know, most American families live paycheck to paycheck. Many have medical debt. Some are charged with caring for a loved one with special needs or a health condition. Almost half of all Americans suffer from at least one chronic health condition, and many struggle with their mental health. You, your loved ones, your mentors, your communities were not immune from those experiences. I know because I had to endure some of those challenges. During my first semester in law school, I was physically attacked by 5 people and hospitalized as a result of it. I remember 2 very brave bystanders carrying me from the scene of the crime to the emergency room and waiting with me as I got medical attention. And I remember thinking to myself while I'm bloodied and bruised, how on earth am I going to be able to afford being a crime victim? I know the feeling of counseling a loved one on how to handle a health crisis when they don't have health insurance. I know how it feels to lose a loved one to COVID. Those challenges are not unlike the challenges that you all had to endure. Some of you had adversity in your own lives, adversity afflicted to those that you loved, adversity afflicted to your communities. You persevered through that adversity. You grew from those experiences. You overcame those challenges. And despite all odds, you are here today. Yes, this ceremony celebrates the academic sacrifices that everyone on this stage knows you went through. But we also celebrate the unspoken, the unrecognized, and the unwelcome challenges that made your tenure here that bit more challenging. That grit proves to me, it proves to this audience, proves to everyone on this stage, and it will prove to everyone that you interact with in the world that there is nothing that you cannot achieve. The Honors College hustle does not end when you graduate. You will carry that grit with you through every experience you have moving forward. And with that grit comes the ability to persevere through past mistakes. We all carry regrets. Moments we wish we could take back. Words we wish we had not said. Chances we did not take. For example, I regret using 2 pounds of gel every morning to style my hair when I was in undergrad. It's the reason my little brother says my hairline is cooked. Maybe I should have studied a little more for organic chemistry lab. Oh, I hear the groans, I'm so sorry. The PTSD of it all. And eating a whole pizza the night before I had to run a half marathon, knowing full well that I am severely lactose intolerant. It went just as well as you thought it went. But here's the thing. Those moments do not define me, and your missteps don't define you either. We are not our awkward phases, our failed exams, or our questionable fashion choices. Our mistakes are not the whole story. They are but chapters in it. What defines us is how we choose to grow from those experiences, how we carry ourselves after the fall, and how we extend grace to others who stumble too. We are what comes after: the bounce back, the lessons, the glow up. So treat your regrets like you would an old yearbook photo. Look at it from time to time, learn from it if you can, and move on. Our regrets can lead us somewhere better if we let them. More than that, we are here today, everyone on this stage, as a vote of confidence. We wear these poofy hats, draft speeches in advance, block off our calendars, and sit here while every single one of your names is called to this stage. Because we all know one thing: you are our future. We are here because we are hoping that you can achieve everything that we could not. Yes, everyone on this stage has dreams and aspirations. I'm not taking that away from them. But this is our collective way of announcing to the world two things. First of all, we are so incredibly proud of your achievement. And second of all, there is nothing that we don't think you can achieve. And sure, yeah. And now we turn to our communities. Now, celebration is a privilege. And with that privilege comes the responsibility of being grateful for everyone who made today possible, everyone who helped us persevere. We're grateful for the people who are here today, people who we know, love, and appreciate us for who we are, but we're also grateful for everyone who couldn't be here today. The high school counselor who made you believe that college was an option. The custodians who'd wake up at the break of dawn to make sure that you had a clean classroom to learn in. The professor who would wake up, who'd pull an all-nighter, never sleeping, working on their research project, knowing that they had an 8 a.m. lecture to deliver. The coaches who inspired you to take that next step. And the incredible people who organized this entire affair. We are charged with appreciating their sacrifice. Now, I know that I'm the product of incalculable sacrifice. My grandparents were tailors and carpenters in one of the most impoverished corners of Egypt, waking up at the crack of dawn and only going to sleep in the depths of night with no formal education of their own. They made it their life's work to make sure that all of the money that came in through the front door was spent on my parents' education. My parents, appreciating that sacrifice, excelled at school and made one of the most consequential decisions of their lives, to leave the only place that they had ever called home and come to the United States. Now, I know this is a story that resonates with many of you in this room. Now, as educators, both in primary and secondary education, they taught me when you're in a position of privilege, you give back. You help others. You mentor. You pull people up. That's why when Hurricane Harvey struck Houston, my friends and I mobilized a crew of volunteers and traveled to Houston to provide critical legal services with an organization called Lone Star Legal Aid. When it was the height of the border crisis, when family separation was at its peak, my colleagues and I traveled with the Siegel Clinic for Immigrant Youth and Families to help refugees apply for asylum. When there was an uptick of reported hate crimes, including my local mosque being shot at during morning prayer, I went to work at the State of Illinois Human Rights Commission, and I reviewed civil rights complaints. When health and arts education was being slashed, my friends at UIC and I, we created organizations, or we joined Peer Health Exchange, and we went into those schools and we provided health and arts education. Now that you have achieved the rank of college graduate, UIC graduate, and UIC Honors College graduate, I am charging you with the responsibility of giving back. We need incredible people like you to give back. And that leaves us with the final value, identity. Now, my name is Usama. I was born in September, and I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. There were challenging moments growing up. I remember someone pushing my mother down an escalator, a hijabi. Someone refusing to approve my passport because of my name and date of birth. Vandalized houses of worship. Slurs and obscenities thrown at us. Threats to our physical well-being. And at every turn, the advice that we got was be less you. Change your name. Take the hijab off. Don't speak Arabic in public. No, that is not an acceptable resolution. Volunteer, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Volunteer attorneys, whom I will forever be indebted to, would come to our local mosques and provide Know Your Rights workshops. And there they taught us something that I know all of you, I'm certain, are familiar with, that the United States Constitution affords us all certain rights. And the First Amendment in particular gives us freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, and freedom of the press. It is one of the many reasons why we are all so privileged to be here. Your charm, your charisma, your style, your preferences, and any other aspect of your identity, physical, emotional, or spiritual, transcends the molds of any arbitrary societal pressure or the desires of any one person. You are perfect. Keep being proudly perfect in every endeavor you go on to seek. And naturally, we end up where we began. I will confess here and now that I feel a little secure about one part of my identity, and that is being an adult with braces. In some ways, I feel like I've been transported back to middle school. Braces, acne, and occasionally, though thank God it didn't happen during this speech, my voice will crack for no apparent reason. But if you take nothing else from my remarks today, I ask that you take this. Be as firm, committed, and unwavering to your principles as the braces on the top row of my teeth. But be as adventurous, malleable, and exciting as the braces on the bottom row of my teeth. Congratulations again. It is such an honor to be celebrating your incredible achievement, and I look forward to seeing all that you go on to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Honors College class of 2025, we are so proud of you. We're proud, we're amazed by what you've accomplished, and grateful for the privilege of having been part of your education. This last part especially. You've given back to the Honors College in so many ways, and in ways that can't be counted. You've given us reasons to commit to, believe in, and enjoy our work here. Ask anyone here what makes the Honors College special, and the answer will always be the same. It's the students. Your successes, frustrations, your triumphs and disappointments that I hope you weathered well, have all been part of the energy that keeps us doing what we do, because being part of your education is where we find meaning. And indeed, it is a great privilege. The Honors College and universities like UIC across the country operate in an unspoken contract with the people of the state. The terms of the contract go something like this. Recruit the best students you can, work them hard by including them in the labs and programs of a major research university, prepare them for productive engagement with their communities, and get them ready for the workplace or professional school, because society is going to need the best trained teachers and lawyers and doctors and people who, no matter what their profession or location, care about their neighbors and their world. This means that universities like ours are agents in a public trust in service to the broader society, preparing for what the world will need in the years ahead. So while we celebrate your achievements over the last 4 years, give or take, we also know that you'll be ready for the next 4 decades, give or take. We do what we do with the year 2050 in mind. My advice, stay engaged. You've been part of this remarkable community in which dialogue and collaboration with peers from different backgrounds and with different commitments was a part of daily life. That very human chemistry of recognizing your similarities with some of your fellow students and appreciating your differences from others has been as much of your education as your cores and labs. Unlike course requirements, it comes naturally, because it's going to have to come naturally to you after this weekend, wherever you might find yourself. Remember the times that you learned something new from a classmate, or when you shared something of your own and brought a new aspect to the discussion. That, in addition to all of your orgs and activities, has been part of your education. Be a lifelong learner about other people. We need that. Second, stay humble. It's an undervalued virtue, and you're allowed to set it aside this week as you celebrate. But always have a drive to know more, Always be conscious of what you don't know. Part of your capstone project was coming up with a topic or problem, and it took the form of a question. Why is this important? How do I define the issue and plan my work? What is it that draws me to this? All of these are forms of reflection grounded in humility, the productive kind. It's different from self-doubt that tells you, I don't think I can do this. It's being open-minded and wanting to know more about a subject, about a culture, about whatever is going on at the time. Humility is the driver for wanting to learn more. Let me close with a point that I made in the beginning about gratitude. Thank you for entrusting us with your education, bringing out our own best efforts, just as we hoped we brought out yours, and for being part of this long-term friendly plot to take the best students in and prepare them for productive and satisfying lives. Find joy. Like success, it doesn't come when you choose it. Find goodness in others. Take the spirit in this room with you. Once again, congratulations to the Honors College class of 2025.
Again, congratulations to the graduates and to all of the family and friends on this memorable day. Let's give them another round of applause. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, the audience and graduates are asked to remain seated until the platform party and faculty have recessed. Please exercise caution when leaving the forum and parking areas. The Honors College convocation is now adjourned. Banner carriers, please come forward and escort the platform party and faculty.